Father, Mother, hello. I hope things are to your satisfaction. You are likely doing just fine without me around, but Raisha says I should write. Raisha is the char on board, and they are a Ketra, like me. They are nice. Do not expect grandchildren from this compliment. I am well, largely unharmed since that day in the storm. They find me useful. I do my best to quell my temper until it is necessary to not. Raisha has taken on to helping me tame the storm. Our captain is rough and unfair at times, but for the most part things stay civil. I do worry about their recent obsession, but I am sure things will turn out fine. Should it not? Well, I have learned a lot of what I am capable of. I will not be shy about imparting this knowledge onto others. Your child, Izuesco.
Dear Vesh, I know that you're doing well and everything's fine, but I really miss hearing your voice. We're heading out for a raid soon, and already I can hear the whispers of your words in my ears. Don't look smug about that, troublemaker. I don't know if your way is the better way, but it does seem to be a different way. When you get back, tell me about it, okay? Love, Shale.
Clutch mate Selnari. These words scratch like dry leaves, but we write them out anyway. The waves of green still do not hold us, but here in the creaking wood of this ship, something old and glowing crawls, and it hums like home inside our chest. We do not name it, but it sees us, soft and strange, like webs that do not break in the wind. Our legs still shake on these planks, not made for us, but we stay. We follow it, even if the rest of us stays lost. Drone Skell.
Shale, I hope this message sees you soon. There aren't many word-bearers in this area that want to make the journey to Hearthstone. Oh, how I wish you could be here with me. But I know, your training comes first. The crew I picked up at Port Basker left me as soon as we arrived at the next spit. I think everyone can tell I'm as green as the trees. I might have found a new crew, but well, who knows how long they'll stay. Kick Terran extra hard for me next time you're sparring, and write me back soon. Your friend, Vesh.
Clutch mate Skell, we are pleased to hear your correspondence. It satisfies us greatly, as well as your continued survival and exploration on these rolling waves. Here on this island, the days are long and the years are short. We have finally found the warm embrace that we have often heard of, but chased so long. Home. We hope one day that you and yours find it as well. Tell us of these people and this ship. Tell us of your travels. Tell us when you find home again. Drone Samari.
Dearest Mother, we set out for our journey today and I'm nervous. You would think after going on my own pilgrimage I'd be ready to go back into the vast sea. But there's part of me that fears it. Atlas is brave and daring, someone I trust with my whole being. But I worry his ambitions will take us to places even he can't handle. It's reckless enough to go out for a second expedition, but the Council relies heavily on him, as we both know. All our lives we've been this way, it seems. He rushes into danger, and there I am, always ready to patch him up. But I suppose he's always done the same for me. There's never been a fight, physical or otherwise, that he's not come running to defend me for. It's only right I see this journey through by his side. Look at me lamenting like I'll never come home. Please tend to the gardens while I'm gone. I'd hate to return to a dead garden after such an arduous journey. Give my love to Father, and please take care of yourself while I'm away. All my love, Visha.
Dear Vesh, if reports are to be believed, and I hope they are, you've been quite the troublemaker since you set out. Where do I even start? You collapsed a spit into the sink, and then either adopted or displaced the entire population. Details seem to be a little scarce on that part. But it's even harder to believe that what people are saying you did afterwards. Did you and your crew really subjugate the concourse? That's been on the danger list for years. Even veteran raiders wouldn't try them. How did you do it? Set the record straight for us, but also let me know. What have you seen out there? Where are you going next? Are you still searching for the truth out there? Your friend, Shale.
Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Hope you're all having a wonderful time. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Breath Between Branches. Quick announcements before we get started. If you are new here or if you have missed some episodes, you're trying to catch up on some of our other shows, youtube.com/MagiRPG is the place to do it. If you would like to talk about our wonderful games, talk to the cast and crew about which Warhammer Primarch is the most powerful, which agent of chaos is the strongest, like we debated today, sort of. You can go to our Discord, discord.gg/magirpg. This week, I believe we have the season finale of Heirs of Honor on Thursday. Is Blood Money off this week?
It is,
Someone
yes.
tell me.
Correct.
You guys will
But,
be back in a few weeks,
The
I
YouTube
believe.
posting.
Yes,
July
YouTube will
10th.
be up. The normal day, I think, either Friday or Saturday is usually when it goes up.
Mm-hmm.
So the YouTube episode will be up because they did another episode this weekend. They kind of did a double header, and then they'll be back in July. And I think we're just plowing along. We'll be here next week and for the foreseeable future, going through the Wildsea. How are you all doing?
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to embarrass Bijan. Today's Bijan's birthday, so everyone wish Bijan a happy
It
birthday.
is Bijan's birthday.
Yeah.
Please wish him happy birthday.
He's a birthday boy.
I'm not going to sing to him, but wish him a happy birthday and tell him how much you appreciate him.
Do
'cause
it.
We all appreciate him and love him.
Please.
All right, let's get started.
Oh no.
Nope.
I did it, guys. I went to the wrong screen. Here's the right screen.
You got me so bad, you make it all slow down, not getting closer, you're killing me. You thought it's over, I'm waking alone now, not getting closer. I knew that it was seconds from you losing me, but I just couldn't give it up. And all the times you said you wanted me, when you know we don't get along like we used to. Went along with everything you said and done for me. You'll never love me now, but you'll never know. You got me so bad, you make it all slow down, not getting closer, you're killing me. You thought it's over, I'm waking alone now, not getting closer, you're feeling me. So done running around, I'm so done looking for love, don't call me. So done running around, I'm so done looking for love so blindly.
And we're back. We left off in the middle of a chase. I believe it was Izuesco and was it Visha who were chasing a small child through the
Correct.
streets of
As you
Harbor.
do.
You are also correct. Yes.
You see her going up the mountain. As I mentioned, there are kind of like staircases, sometimes switchbacks that kind of like lead up, and it's a city that's built on the side of this enormous mountain. How are you pursuing this person? Pure speed? You're gonna try to head them off? You're gonna sneak? They're not sprinting, but they are creeping away at a good clip, like they don't want to be spotted. Doing the casual glances over the shoulder. What's your game plan here, fam?
I think Aizu is moving with I mean, I assume that this is a semi-crowded space, so there's probably a lot of
Extremely
people
crowded,
coming and
yes.
moving.
Yeah.
Okay, she's doing that thing that I was really good at when I was in like high school and college, and that is like moving through the flow of traffic without bumping into people constantly.
The kind of
So my hope is that I'm going with grace and flourish on this one to
Okay.
get basically to have her moving through the flow of traffic quicker than this child is moving, but not like running per se.
Okay. That, let me just think about that. Yes, that sounds good. Go ahead and roll it. And Visha, while Aizuaska, oh, triumph, 6. Visha, what about you?
I would also like to put on my best Disney World walk and move.
Something you were very familiar with.
Yes. But I'm thinking she does it a little differently. She's already kind of like a smallish creature, but I think she doesn't have to worry about knocking into people's shoulders because she can just go through them. But not fully. Not like to where people will see that she's a little ghosty, but like, you know, if part of her little shoulder just slips through someone, who would really notice if you're not being bumped? You know?
So I would say you could, but you are out of marks.
Oh, am I out of them? That's
you
right.
are. You have been exerting yourself too much. And
I can't go ghost mode!
you try and realize you are very human-like right now.
Dude, I'm out of my ectoplasm.
In fact, for the first time, you're kind of stressed and you've been haunted by your death again. You feel thirsty for the first time since you've been reborn.
Disgusting!
Disgusting.
You're feeling very
Disgusting.
human-like right now.
I don't want to be that. No.
Visha's just randomly craving a sipper.
Wait, real? Where's my sipper?
But you are assuming you are still a somewhat graceful creature.
Yes.
I don't
yes.
know if I think you do have grace as an edge, yeah.
She does.
So you can use grace, and what else would you like to use to try to get through? If you have anything relevant. If not, then GLHF.
Not GLHF. That's crazy. I would like to use grace and sense because sense says specifically
Okay.
a skill of glances, insight, and intuition. You sense to push your awareness of the world, both in terms of environmental awareness.
And social understanding. I see, yes.
Environmental awareness is
Okay.
what it takes to move through those crowds.
Go
Okay.
right ahead, yes.
Like that.
Well argued.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love a
Thank
player that can advocate for their abuse of the game rules.
Yes. See, it didn't even matter. I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Okay. What I love about this game is that the different approaches and all the different skills to solve problems, and the wonderful consequences that get to inflict upon you based on the failures of which you're doing. So
Just do not like this.
you're able to, for the most part, you're following after this girl, trailing about half a block behind, let's say 50 feet or so, keeping them in vision, but not close enough to be noticed. You're making pretty good time. The other thing I wanted to mention, for any of you who speak Sithonic, people speak Sithonic here more than they speak low sour, and you see a disproportionate number of Ardents compared to others in Harbor. But you, Visha, who do speak Sithonic very well, at first it's just whispers, and you're like, is that? And then you accidentally knock into somebody, and they turn and look at you, and you hear,
My little hood up?
it's Visha! And
Oh.
you're like, what? And then it is Visha. And an enormous crowd of people begins to descend upon you as they try to get a look at you. And at least 24 people begin walking towards you, trying to get a glimpse.
Looking around, looking for exit. Looking for
What do you
exit.
do?
I can't. And she just kind of pulls her little hood over her head further. And is, oh god, she's not rude enough to push people.
Especially people who recognize you and revere you.
She's very embarrassed. Her little ghost cheeks are pink.
Visha,
And
how have you come back? Why are you here? Are you come to help us? Help us, Visha.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
And Izuesco, you seeing all this, you have avoided this large circle. How do you react, or what do you do? Do you continue the pursuit? Do you try to pry Visha free of this enormous crowd?
That's a good question.
catch child or
She.
And Visha, do you mean that?
yes.
Okay.
I think she's just flustered.
Okay.
She certainly
I
didn't
think-
get this attention when she was alive. Sorry, continue.
I think Izuesco either is so focused on the goal that he doesn't notice the crowd, or notices the crowd and does the math quickly and goes, this will be twice as bad if I stay, considering what I know, and moves forward. Either way, they leave Visha behind.
Okay.
That's fine.
I flipped 3 coins, and the coins dictated she is left behind.
The
Damn.
coins. The coins.
So I think I will lean towards the other one, the latter of the 2 options, being that she does the quick mental math and he figures out that they are calling Visha's name and the big statue, and I think they're like, hey, if I stop, they will be like, we also recognize you. So she's gonna keep moving.
Yeah. So you see up ahead as you're debating and then decide, she'll be fine. I'll circle back. You see this small girl. She's about 9 or 10 years old, short shoulder length hair, maybe a little bit shorter than shoulder length. She turns off left down one of the streets leading off this main route up the mountain. And you kind of like do a quick glance, and it looks like it's a large residential area. But you can see a little bit further up, you see it's farmland in this area. I'm assuming you continue to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can go ahead and make the same roll again.
That's great.
Well, it is a conflict. You're still successful tracking her, but I need to think. Okay. I get to tick mystery clocks. Visha, I think that for you placating this crowd and trying to calm them down, that tend makes the most sense. Would you agree?
Yes.
Or you could use sense, but I think tend is better for you.
Yes, it is.
Do you have an edge that would work well? I don't know. Let me see. Grace sharps or teeth are not the best. Tides would be the best at this, or veils, but you tell me if you would like to argue for yourself yet again.
No, I think just 2 is fine, actually.
Okay.
I think I would just prefer the 2 rolls.
Okay.
The 2 die. Okay. Bloop. I have a 1 and a 6.
All right. So as these people are gathering, you notice some of the girls that are around are glancing in your direction, and you realize you're gonna need to get this crowd to disperse quickly, or the girls are gonna know that something is up.
Yeah.
So what do you say to this crowd in order to get them to chill out a little bit?
She kind of eyeballs the girls and then back.
Look, I wish I could stand here and give an inspiring speech and tell you where I've been, but, you know, the whole point of helping is keeping it discreet, and we're not exactly being discreet right now. So, maybe someone could tell me the more private places of town where this would be easier to conduct.
Like surveys crowd.
So at that, people mostly disperse. And then one of them says, "The resistance is all but gone. We need someone new to help, but yes, we'll back off for now."
Don't worry. It's not forever. Just
She nods her head.
And they gradually disperse away. And in the corner of your eye, you catch Izuesco heading up a block a little further ahead of you. And you see one of the girls begin to come over, though slowly, and does not appear with lethal intent. They don't have hands on their weapons. So you have a moment that you could slink away or hide or run, depending on what you decide to do before the girls get to you. But having the crowd disperse seems to have made it so that they're not quite as concerned, but they're still coming to investigate why there was a giant crowd of people in the middle of the city.
To do the I'm picturing just following the flow of street traffic. Very a la any Assassin's Creed game you would play. Where you just
yes.
you're walking, you blend into a crowd, you keep walking. Right. That's what I'm picturing. The way how she slinks away. Just in plain sight.
Okay.
Not obvious.
How would you like to roll that, friends?
I'm sure with something that I don't have.
I wish you had veils right now.
I also wish I had veils. She's
You can use grace. That definitely works.
that might be all I got, mate.
Okay.
That might be all I got.
Good luck.
GLHF. Didn't need it. I rolled a 6.
Triumph. Yes. You kind of blend in with the traffic, hood back up, shuffling along, going through. Izuesco, you see the small girl turn and enter into what looks like a 2-story farmhouse near some crops at the far end of this block.
I think that emboldens her, knowing something that she knows about herself now. She moves quicker to enter behind this girl into the farmhouse.
Okay. Yeah, you door shut, and do you just like barge right in? Do you knock? Do you just open the door?
Yeah, there's There's a very quick double knock, and then she opens the door and like slips inside, pulling it shut behind her.
Okay. Not what I expected.
She's not a total barbarian. She will at least knock quickly before she enters.
Oh no, I got you. It's totally cool. You open the door and you see a very large, ardent man, thick, muscular arms, long beard, wearing a white, food-stained apron, slicing and peeling vegetables at a water basin. And you see sitting at a table playing with a small stuffed animal is the little girl. And the man turns to you in alarm.
She immediately puts she doesn't have like the full like ardent like hands up in like innocence kind of thing. So she kind of just instead kind of spreads her arms out a bit more. It's almost like she's asking for a hug, but like her hands are higher up to show that she does not have a weapon in them. It's more like this.
Okay.
Except her hands are elongated. I can't do it without my arms going off screen, but then like a forward.
I got
you.
you.
And I would say if she has control of it, the blue hue has kind of died down a bit. She's following this child, but she doesn't see them as a threat. So like, there's no point in trying to, showcase anything dangerous.
Mm-hmm. So the man kind of like turns and looks at you. Yes? What do you need?
Your adolescent ardent intrigues. They seem to have spotted myself and my crew. I wish to ask them questions, if you permit.
He looks over at what is very clearly his daughter. Didn't you causing trouble again? No, Papa.
You misunderstand. Not trouble, but curiosity. We have learned something interesting before arriving here. You are familiar with the extravagant large statue?
Yep.
She is with my crew.
Yeah, this one's traveling with Visha. Visha, the famous healer.
A proud smile crosses Izuesco's lips as he hears that, and
oh, well, there you have it. I don't got anything for you, but
I do not wish to take anything. I apologize. I am unfamiliar with ardent rules and customs, so if I have offended, I aim to apologize for said offense.
He looks back at his daughter and says something in a language you can't understand. It's a little bit, has a scolding edge to it, but a little playful. And then she kind of snaps back. Says, ain't caused no trouble. She's the one causing trouble, but it's all okay.
Young one, why did you follow us so?
I just couldn't believe that I saw the famous Visha. She's supposed to be dead.
Izuesco's not terribly subtle, so there is like a bit of a sad flash across her expression as the young child says that, but the smile kind of tries its best to replace that.
And Momo, you
Well-
can walk in at any point during this scene because you would have been trailing behind.
Oh. She tries to very quietly, if the door was left open, but she accidentally kicks her little foot against the door, and it makes the loudest creak ever. And she's just standing there, little hood up, oh.
Yeah, I think you turn to Izuesco's outstretched hand like in your face, like she was about to do something. And it
You see her.
quickly whips it whips back immediately as she realizes who it is, but like
Don't worry, I'm not a girl.
Hmm.
Just a
You're
girl.
Visha.
Yeah, people do call me that.
You're here to help us. You're here to set us free from the girls.
She kind of looks at Izuesco like a.
Hey, don't be starting that again. Pa, she can help. She's a healer.
Yes, I can help heal wounds, but not exactly. Not really the fighting type, if you hadn't noticed. You know, kind of goes against the whole healer thing.
And since you speak Sithonic, you hear the father say, "You got too much of your mother in you. You need to knock it off." Pa.
Oh.
And she kind of like is in a huff and just kind of like crosses her arms a little bit mad. Says, "You are going to help us, aren't you?"
We're going to try, right?
And she looks at Izuesco.
I think there's a very curt nod, almost as if Izu's listening to react rather than listening to understand. It's kind of just like you have asked for help, and she immediately goes, yeah, like without even really understanding possibly what it is you're asking for. But she turns to this larger person and
What does the young one mean about the quote unquote Garl nonsense? Have I used that correctly, Visha? Quote unquote.
Are you asking if you're using quote unquote correctly?
Yes.
I would say that was pretty good usage.
She's just got in her head to be some kind of young revolutionary. Don't pay her no mind. Lynn, go get the ice, please. And the meat for supper.
Revolutionary against what, if I may?
The girls.
Which are a symptom of
Symptom of nothing. The girls just the girls now. Onyx Star and their fleet dropped them here, and now they run the place. In the end,
The Onyx Star
I-
dropped them here, Izuesco. Did you know they had that?
I didn't.
that's
you
a
know they
frank
had
question.
those?
Did she know about the girls?
no,
this is news
this
to her.
is
Great.
new.
Okay.
Then she doesn't answer your question directly, but you can tell by the I mean, I guess one, the lack of a response, and two, the kind of narrowing of the ink blot slits that she's trying to like understand what they could have been from, because they're not registering from her time on the Onyx Stars. So she's trying to like put pieces together of like what could they be, or what, like if they were something, were they on the ship that she just didn't notice? Like you can see the registering and the processing going on.
It doesn't make sense to Izuesco how they would have been on the ship. So either this was something that they kept close to the chest or something that they've discovered or made in the time since you've been there. This is, but certainly well within their wheelhouse, given the weird stuff that they've been doing recently.
How long have the girls been here?
Oh, just a few weeks, maybe a month. Not long.
You're right, that's not long at all.
Yeah, the first few days, people tried to fight them. That didn't go so well. Next few days, people tried to run away. That didn't go so well either. Now we're just kind of living with machines.
But do you have any experienced mechanics here? Or people, engineers or anything like that? Oh,
We got-
rattlers. That's
we-
the word, right?
Yeah, we got some rattlers, some wizened elders, but no one be able to figure out how to turn them off or take them apart yet.
Has anyone tried?
No live ones.
Well, if they're machine, then in theory, they can be taken apart. Like any other machine.
In theory, we pass down the old ways, but no one knows how to program a machine, take a machine apart like that. At least not very easily. Anyway, I don't want to cause trouble, talk too much about this, and they're liable to knock on the door, and then I gotta play dumb or talk my way out.
Yes, understandable. Would not like to bring you trouble.
No, not at all.
Ye-
We wouldn't.
Isweska wants to straight up and down believe these folks, but I think there's a little bit to her that wants to just like be like, So I was thinking instinct and sense to see if there's something that she's missing or something that,
Sure.
Granted, she does feel a little bit off because she kind of barged into their house and was like, "Hey, your daughter saw us and was weird. What's going on with that?" But
Yeah, I got
Hey,
you. Go ahead. That
Caught you
makes
being
sense.
weird in the street. What's up with that?
Yeah.
4-3-1, I'm afraid.
You feel like he is being truthful, but you also feel like he is not being completely forthcoming.
Okay. I think with her confidence level right now, combined with the fact that she did just barge in, I think this is something she's going to let go.
Okay.
She is trying to corral this like sense of arrogance that she got from the living storm and not let it get out of control. And so I think this is a battle not worth losing. Like I've already lost it. So like,
Yeah, this
try and
did
double
start
down
off
seems-
as a near home invasion, so it was a weird situation.
So she is going to nod and maneuver around Davisha towards the door to exit.
Are we leaving?
I am. Up to you. You are your own person.
We can leave together. Thank you so much for the information, and we will do our best to help.
Yeah,
We
stop by
will.
anytime. I'm sure Lynn she'd love to talk to you more. As you leave, you see the little girl Lynn sitting on the roof, just kind of holding her knees. And when she sees you leave the house, you see her just kind of do shh as you go.
She gives tiny wave.
We go back to the ship where Vesh and Skell are. By coincidence, Skell, you have been handed a piece of this puzzle. If you remember, you were given 3 envelopes, one with one punch cards, 2 blueprints, and 3 a plea for help after you got back from the post.
To me or to Vesh?
Sorry, to Vesh. I said Skell.
Okay.
To Vesh.
I was like,
My
I got
bad.
the letters?
No, to Vesh. My bad. What are you all doing as this little chase, gathering, and near run-in with the Garls has happened?
Yeah, I think like making sure everything is handled on the ship. Like this all just went down, right? And they
Mhm.
ran off.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're making sure everybody's secure. Vesh would go and talk to the passengers as well and tell them to sit tight for a little bit while we just make sure everything is safe before we scatter.
Yeah, and you remember they were deathly terrified of the Garls, and the 2 actresses are like, "Yeah, but don't tell them that we're here, all right?"
Of course not. No. And also to the other like our other like
Your undercrew.
extra crew members, our undercrew, like because they might be tempted to leave the ship, but we just want to, tell them we just want to make sure everything is safe, so that way if we need to leave quickly, we don't have to try and find any of you.
Aye, aye, Captain. Sprite and salutes. Unless you're in trouble, then all bets are off.
Are the rattle hands that we asked for when we docked, are they gnarls or are they?
They are not Garls. They are
Garls.
Alans.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Garls, not gnarls.
Yeah, they are not Garls. No, the Garls, from what you're able to see, because I mentioned that there's a lot of people running around doing all sorts of jobs. The Garls don't look to taking the sociological lens. They're not doing anything productive. They're mostly, it just seems, guarding the city from what you've been able to tell so far. Everyone that's doing things that make a society function are people, and 80-90% of them are Ardents in this city. And I mentioned before, if you've heard Sithonic before, you would be able to recognize it as Sithonic that most of them are speaking.
Got it.
I actually also have that in my languages, so
Okay,
I
yeah.
would be
So
able
you would
to-
pick up a lot of chatter. And those of you who have Sithonic and have read the description know that people who speak it tend to know more information about the ancient ardent civilizations pre-verdancy. Not in details, but it's kind of passed down through story and song. So just something that crosses your mind. But yes, the Rattle Hands would be there, and if you all would want them to, they would begin starting to fix your ship in exchange for some trade. You can figure out exactly what that trade would be. But if you would like to negotiate that to figure out what you're giving up and all that,
yes,
you can do that at any point.
I would love to negotiate that and try to haggle for as low a cost as possible.
Yeah, so you can see.
Question
okay.
real quick. Sorry,
Yeah, go
before we continue this scene, I want to make something clear. When
Mhm.
Izuesko and Visha like ran off, did we see them run off, or were we going to the post office at that time?
I think that you all were those things were happening simultaneously. That you went to the post as they were chasing after this girl.
Got it. So we're not aware of like the situation they're in.
No, I think you think that you all went in separate directions temporarily, assuming that they'll meet you back at the ship at some point.
Got it.
And
okay.
if you guys, Sparrow and Momo, if you want to think about what you're all doing, either coming back to the ship or if you're searching the city or doing what else, think about that while we're doing this. But yeah, so you might not be aware of the experience that they just had. I think if you want, it's kind of whatever's more interesting. You might have seen the large crowd near the dock because they gathered around Visha for a little bit, but you certainly wouldn't know that she was at the center of that crowd, and then it very quickly dispersed.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah. There is a man in a thick gloves, leather. I want to say armor, but it's like mechanic gear, kind of. Comes up to you with grease and a little helmet on. And he grabs a hold of your arms, Vesh, and gives you a handshake. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, good to meet you as well, sir.
Name's Bruce.
Bruce. Well, a pleasure. As you can see, we have a bit of a pressing issue, and he gestures to the
Yeah, big
giant
hole in the side of your ship.
Well, we've tried patching it up a bit, as you can see, but I think it could use some expert attention.
Did pretty well considering you're out and on the waves. My crew and I can have this fixed up in probably a day, maybe 2. We got enough hands. And you've got the scratch.
Sure, we've got goods to trade. What is it that you were thinking in terms of payment?
Well, let's see. We got lots. You got any weapons you can part with?
Weapons? Of what nature?
Any nature.
The only thing I can think of, he will think to himself, is of the revolver that we had. I think
Like
Skell has
episode
it?
1. No, you still have it. I have my own.
Wait, you
you
have
still-
your own revolver?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was... I thought I had
That's-
given the revolver... Did I take that back?
Maybe that's how we spun it, as that's how I got my level up.
Yeah.
That might be how I don't remember. I mean, it was quite
It
a
was
bit
a
ago.
while ago.
It's been
I
so
do not
long ago
remember the
now, I'm forgetting.
circumstances. I do see it in the crew
A
equipment.
mysterious firearm.
Yeah.
But we also just got 4 high impact anti-ship shells
You did get those also.
from the ghost ship.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or if you don't
I'd
want to
prefer to
part
keep
with weapons,
those.
you could
Yeah.
you could negotiate and say, well, you could
Oh,
try to
I'll-
get something instead of weapons. But
I'll
that's what he asked
negotiate.
for
I'll keep
first.
that in the back of my head. Well, I'll ask. You know what? It can't hurt to ask first. Well, would this be sufficient? And he'll pull out the revolver, which I believe had 4 bullets. This is my notes say
It
that has
did.
4 bullets.
Yes, you're
But I don't know
correct.
if were they fired? I feel like some. I can't
No,
remember.
these are live rounds.
Okay.
Do you hand it to him so he can inspect it?
That's not my revolver, right?
No.
Okay. I was trying to make
Are we sure? Are we sure? Okay.
I'm willing
I
to say
think-
that there are 2 revolvers. I'm down
Okay.
for that.
Well, if there was
Okay.
only one, I was going to talk to the direction would have been I'm going to talk to Skell and ask him if he's using this revolver.
Nah, more fun to do it this way. So let's say Skell has
Okay.
his. You've got this one.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly not going to use it.
And he'll take the bullets out for now
Okay, so you
and
like empty it and then hand it over.
hand over the revolver.
Can you make a either study or sense with whatever you think is a good edge to read people? If you have a good edge for reading people.
And tides,
Yeah.
that goes with learning.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do. It's a 6.
Okay. He takes this, and you think he knows his way around firearms because he takes it and he kind of like twirls it in his hand for a bit, and he opens the chamber and spins it and then spins it back. And he says,
Does he
"Yep,
drop
that'll
a-
work."
6 shots. Does anyone get that reference? Revolver
Yes.
Ocelot from Metal Gear Solid?
Yes.
6 shots.
So he seems to know his way around a revolver. That catches your eye.
All right. I feel like maybe this might be worth more to you than just the repairs. I'm getting a sense.
Kind of looks over his shoulder. Can never be too careful around here.
I guess what I'm saying is maybe there are some improvements you could also make.
Yeah, you're a bit overcrowded for a vessel of this size, wouldn't you say?
A bit. Puts a strain on the engines as well.
Well, this little piece, and you see, even before finishing the trade, he like opens a coat, and you see he actually has a holster, and he like puts it in the holster, and he says, "This little piece is gonna be worth more than the repairs, but for a ship upgrade, I'm gonna need a little bit more. You got anything else? Doesn't gotta be weapons."
He hands him the bullets.
Oh, you
Huh?
took the bullets out of the gun?
Yeah, he took
Well,
the
I took the
bullets
bullets out of the
Oh.
gun first.
Smart.
Smart.
That is a good negotiating skill. Sway. You want to do tides and sway?
Yeah, I can. This could be a difficult one because I think this is a bit of a cheeky move. I don't think.
Okay, well,
Oh,
it is a triumph with a twist. It's like, look, I ain't a dummy. I recognize this ship. I recognize the crew of this ship. So, and he hands out his hand. He holds out his hand for the ammo.
Yeah, he gives the ammo.
Right, so you got the snake module on slithering. I like that myself. Yep. So we've got to build out the crew quarters, and we got to expand the engine power so you're not dragging. Upgrade the deck and the body. Make this a nicer vessel for an undercrew like yours. So you won't have people sleeping in the holds, maybe in the outrider. Am I right?
It would be nice to have a little bit more breathing space. Yes.
And you see him kind of like looking, taking a cheeky peek to see if he can see like into the ship, like through the doorway to go in, but he can't actually see anything. But he's getting a little friendly, and he's like, throw in a crate of food, or rumor has it you're a word bearer, deliver some letters, and your weapons are good trade around here. Sound good?
All right. I will offer my services as a word bearer for anyone who needs it. No cost for anyone in your crew.
He nods and he holds out his hand to shake.
And their family, crew and family. He'll shake, and then he'll ask one. So, and for 2 crates of food, we had a couple of crates, right?
You've got quite
How
a
many-
few crates, yeah.
All right. Would that be enough to perhaps upgrade something else on the ship? Maybe the saws, the speed.
So I will say, like where your head is at, what I had in mind already is he was going to increase the size of the spirit roof from small to medium, as well as upgrade the speed. So I was gonna,
okay.
that's literally what I was about to say next. But if you asking like for more for the food, you say, yeah, I got the parts for upgrading your saw. 2 crates of food. That'll be good. We had a fire not long ago. Took out a decent number of our crop, so yeah, call it a deal. Won't take a few days though. That'd take damn near a week or 2, but it'll be done.
All right. Above table, everybody's cool with me making that.
Yeah,
trade,
go
right?
ahead.
We're
Go for
all-
it.
We're all good here. I don't want to make.
No,
any
go for it. You're the
calls.
captain. That's your job. That's your job to
We are
do
here. We are here on your orders, so.
Yeah.
Skell hears that you're trading food. What are we to eat, Captain?
We still should have at least 2 more crates of food.
You have 2 more crates of food after those 2, yes.
Yeah. So that should last us a while. And if we have.
Remember, it has to be unsalted for Izuesco.
Well, Izuesco has 1 crate of food and we have another.
There. Go remembering. So cute.
Thank you for remembering that. We will get more food. Look, we're gonna have to make some changes around here if we're gonna make it all the way out to the conflagration. We're going to need to be a bit more productive. If you understand what I'm saying.
What did you just say?
Uh-oh.
Sorry?
Pardon?
But that's what he says. Sorry?
I
Huh?
didn't
He tries to play it
know-
off like
I didn't know I was dealing with a crazy person, but huge balls. All right. Yep. Job done.
all right.
So I, GM, am preemptively going to upgrade your ship. You can see the changes I am making.
Comfortable for up to 10 people, but can hold double that number if necessary.
Wow.
So your crew will
majority of
finally have
ships are
places
this
to
size.
sleep. But that is going to take 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how I roll for it.
Okay.
While you all are negotiating at the docks, what are Izuesco and Visha doing?
when they got out of the house, I think she would stroll along with you, and of course whispering, keeping their voices down.
Do you think that there's a place where they keep all of the gorals? Like, you know, do you think they like shut down for the night, or maybe they have to be worked on? Surely they have like a home or a base.
You get a nod from Izuesco, and it's like she's listening, but she's also like looking out for Garls as you walk along. I think he might be a little more lost in thought, I think, than you maybe initially anticipated.
We could follow one.
She's gonna keep talking at you.
That suggestion seems to snap them out of their reverie.
That appears dangerous.
Yeah.
To an
Pretty.
extent, they know we are here.
Mm-hmm.
To understand how they operate, how they determine, judge where they are housed is important, a good idea, but I fear we may draw undue attention well before we are ready.
Do you think we should wait then?
I fear this is a question for the captain,
Oh,
which could still be you.
She kind of does a.
well, I don't see a giant Vesh statue anywhere. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's because he's a baby. But
Am
maybe one day.
I an adolescent in comparison?
I don't know. How old are you?
So we are following them then?
Yes.
And it is as you say.
Okay.
She seems delighted by this.
We are
Like
going,
it's something they shouldn't be doing, but she is taking delight in it.
right? It's like you're being naughty.
Yes, truly.
So we're gonna do this as a montage.
Montage?
What skills would you like to apply to this? There's many skills involved. There's watching them, scouting ahead, following them, being discreet. All of these can contribute, but we're going to do one roll, and you will accomplish it, but the complications that ensue will be what we're determining. So, you all tell me, what are you doing to do it, and what skills are you going to use to do it?
Can we do separate skills
Yes,
in a
absolutely.
montage? Okay. I will use study.
You're a team. So you're just kind of watching from afar and trying to see where they go.
Yes, very observation based, at least on her end, because she is not very stealthy right now. So, you know, from afar, observing patterns in maybe if they have a certain path that they like pathing enemies in a game.
Yeah.
She's watching if there's guard rotation, essentially.
Yeah. For, like Thief or Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, where you're seeing
Yes.
the paths. Yeah.
Do they all move the same? Do
Okay.
they all seem to behave to the same stimuli? You know, like if you throw a little rock, do they all react this?
Yeah.
Yeah, just very harmless stuff on her
gotcha.
part. Yeah.
All right, what about Izuesco?
I think sense is where she's going with on this, because she's doing a similar thing, but she's kind of using her own innate sense of electricity to like determine how these things are powered, if there's anything that she can do with her own sense of electricity to harm them. Are they insulated? She's trying to like determine, do they go somewhere to rest? Do they like, do they like, I don't know, do they like step into plugs and is that how they're charged? She's like trying to like, it's less of the pathing of what they do and more of like what they're composed of and where they go when they are I mean, I guess, are they being switched out?
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to take the rest of the day, but you guys can go ahead and roll this, and we will see what happens. May the odds be ever in your favor.
Do we just roll the one skill?
You roll your edge too, skill plus edge, as you normally would.
Ooh,
oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh my god! I rolled a
opposites. Oh,
so that is a crit with a twist and a disaster.
Oh my god!
So you are both going to do your job very well, and I am going to tick the last tick of a bad mystery clock. Excellent.
I can't believe this happened.
Oh my god!
So what you figure out in the day of observing, music change for this.
Oh no.
You follow them, you chuck rocks at them, poke them, you just kind of say hi to them a few times just to see if they all respond to you. And every single time you go up to them and there's this, "What do you require, meatbag?" "Yes, meatbag." Some variation thereof. Very, very rude machines. For Visha's role, they tend to act and have a almost identical personality, if you can call it that. Dismissive, rude, curt, without a sense of humor, without much personality at all, other than the aggression. And you do track them to a location, several locations, and this is where we'll get to Izuesco's part of the role. There seem to be a few different warehouses, perhaps too grand, but imagine like a warehouse that's the size of a barn. There's several of these throughout the island that you track them to over the course of the day. In your time doing it, you see 4 such facilities that you track various bellows garls to. And you deduce that there's probably more given the size of this mountain. And inside, you kind of using a little bit of spycraft, climbing on top of the rooftops, avoiding notice. You see that there are generators in here, not dissimilar from the generators that power your engine on board your ship that have electricity. And you can see Garls end up charging other Garls at the end of what might be referred to as a shift. But it seems like once per day, the Garls come back to this like charging house to charge. The other thing that you notice is that often when they are doing different tasks, they insert different punch cards into themselves or each other. So that is what you learn. And Sparrow, if you would like to ask any follow-up questions, feel free. Momo,
Okay.
no such luck for you, as your scouting did not go nearly as well, though you still got a good information.
I would like to know 2 things, I guess. First and foremost, I'd like to know where these punch cards are held on their person, is there like a thing that they're like? Is it a pouch? Is it like like something that is like built into them that they are using to store it, or is it like something that they have to retrieve to bring alongside them?
You're not close enough to get that kind of like you never unless
That's fair.
you tell me that like you're not getting like an anatomical view, but they're always going into the scraps of their clothing, reaching somewhere on like their chest
Okay.
area and grabbing punch guards and then inserting it into like a little slot behind their neck. It is always the same.
Okay. And then as far as the generators are concerned, are they standalone generators? Do they appear to be like the electricity is being like drawn in or away? Like, are they connected? If you will?
No, they do not appear to be
Okay.
connected. These appear to be independent facilities
Standalone.
that have
Okay.
lightning rods up top, very similar to your ship.
Okay. Izuesco has at least the makings of an action. If not
You
a
have
plan.
the what is the phrase? You have the concepts of a plan.
Yes, I have concepts of a plan. Yeah. To be non-mysterious, I think the first thing that she's going to focus on are those lightning rods. And either she's going to dismantle them or sabotage them in some way, so that they overcharge these girls, or she's going to try and dismantle / sabotage the generator itself, possibly by draining it so they are undercharged.
Are you gonna try to do that now, or is that the plan that you're working out in your head?
I think that is what she is currently working out in her head.
Okay.
This is
Cool.
something I think she would at least run by someone else and not just do straight
Okay.
up. Not yet, at least.
Yeah. All right. We will go back to the ship. Skell and Vesh, what do you spend day 1 at harbor doing after the negotiation and the repairs begin on your ship?
Gal is going to go up to Vesh and Captain,
Skell?
I have a question.
Of course.
I have noticed that you are immune to being cut.
I wouldn't say immune. I'm just. I can take a hit. And I
But,
have thick skin.
How did you acquire this trait? Were you born with it like a chitinous shell?
I think I've just sort of developed this up at the peaks, you know, traveling around. You get scratched and cut up and beaten up, and you sort of get stronger, right?
So, in order for me not to get beaten by monkey people, I need to continue to be beaten up by them.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'd put it that way. I guess there's other ways to get strong, but yeah, Skell, I mean, facing hardship and struggle and pain does make you stronger. Or at least makes it easier to deal with when it happens next time.
I had an idea. I was looking at Lao earlier, he has a lot of metal surrounding him. And then I was looking at the Garls. They have metal. What if I put metal in me?
You know, I honestly don't know, Skell. That sounds like it could be fantastic, I guess.
I was
be
thinking
armored.
Armored, yes. I was thinking if I could find a piece of metal that covers this area, maybe I could take a hit like you.
Well, it can't hurt to try, right? Seems like there's plenty of metal around here.
I believe with the right weight of the metal, the internal members of my colony could each grasp onto it with a leg, sharing the weight of it. It would be minor inconvenience.
How would we, well, I guess we could go and look into this while we're here. Maybe there's vendors that have materials or some raw resources that we can find, and we can talk to Visha. She probably knows something about that kind of science. I mean, I don't know if that's her field, but she could point us in the right direction at least, I'm sure.
So it is possible.
I mean, I guess a lot of things are possible. We just have to try.
I didn't like being jumped on.
No. I know how that feels, Skell. It doesn't feel good to be so helpless.
We lost many that day. I am still finding their carcasses in the hold.
I can't imagine what that must feel like for you. Do you feel them as individual beings?
I have thought of this. Many Zellercray choose a certain way to address themselves. Some of them refer to the collective as I. Some refer to them as we. It is of personal preference. I like to think that we are all in this together, but I control them. It is a shared responsibility. Just like the numerous spiders that create my voice by rubbing their bodies together. Without them, I could not talk to you, or Visha, or Izuesko.
It's very hard to place myself in your shoes, but I'm trying to understand.
I know, Captain. You have done well. You are not like other captains.
And that's a good thing?
Yes. Sometimes you can be a little soft. But that is a trait that is a rarity in the Wildsea.
It might be that way for a reason, Skell.
It is not a bad thing.
You don't think so?
I believe softness is required. Captains that get too hardened by the branches usually end up at the bottom of the thrash. Plus, you let me stay. That means something.
I'm glad that means something to you, Skell. I'm happy that you're with us.
I am happy too. I have to protect the spirit root. It is my duty.
I feel like it's my duty to protect all of you by making the best decisions possible. And that's been difficult.
It is learning. It is adventure. It is family.
As long as we can survive it together.
I have never seen the conflagration, but
I don't think. Oh, sorry.
But I think we can survive it.
Well, I'm glad you have that confidence. I'm forcing myself to find it. Because honestly, for me, I don't have other options. I'm seeing this journey through to the end, and if it seems like it's an impossible task, then I will continue it on my own, rather than put you in certain danger. But as long as you're willing to go with me, I'm glad you're here. Because I don't think I could have made it this far by myself. I know I couldn't have.
He kind of looks at you and shrugs, and he goes, I have nowhere else to go.
Well, perfect. You've got nowhere else to go. I've got no one else to call.
That makes us a team.
I think so. Well, why don't we go scout around a little around the shipyard, see if we can get a sense for what else is around here.
I would like that. I want to be comfortable wearing metal skin before we leave port.
Sounds like a plan.
I wouldn't want to fall into the trees wearing metal. That's how you sink.
Yeah, let's not think about. Let's keep it positive at this stage. That's not going to happen.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, and I think that they would just. Well, we're waiting for everybody else to arrive back. just do a little perimeter. We're not going to leave really the vicinity of the ship since nobody else is allowed to leave either.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe just getting a sense of town a little bit more thoroughly.
Yeah, I would say that sounds good. If you just want to, I think you could do study is fine for this. You could use either instincts or sharps or tides, depending on how you're going about it.
It's a 5 and a 2.
Okay.
That's
As-
1/6.
All right. So as
Hey.
you all have, this is kind of what you do for a lot of, not the whole day. It wouldn't take you that long just to scout around the port area. But as you've noticed at each different spit or island, they all kind of have their thing. And this city has a lot. It seems to have a shipyard, which you are partaking in now. Not for shipbuilding, but very good for repairs. But what is even more impressive is every island or spit you've been to, when they have agriculture, it's usually done in the thrash itself. It's not done on the land because there isn't enough land for agriculture. But here, there's actually fields of growing crops. And not only that, maybe for some of you, the first time ever, I think maybe Vesh, you had this at Hearthstone, but for Skell, they have actual livestock that they are keeping here. And that is extremely rare for a settlement in the Wildsea. So those
What
are
are
the things that
those?
stick out mostly.
Yeah. So I was wondering, could this be our montage for
Yeah, for the
us
day.
connecting? Yeah, because I think as we're going through this, they would connect over what they're seeing, and at least Vesh would compare it to things that he's seen at home. So if Skell's going like, "Oh, what's this? What's this? What's it?"
What's this? What's
yeah.
this?
Vesh would have a lot of answers and would talk. You talk about the farmers and about how like they're very important, but they're not considered that important compared to some of the other roles, and how that's like people are treated differently based off of how the type of job they have. And so he'll talk about home a bit and things like that. I don't know if Skell would share other instances as well, but it would all be based off of what they see as they walk through.
You have these beasts at home.
Yes, we have these. I forget the name of some of the creatures, Frank, but I'm sure some of them I would be familiar with.
Are bovine related?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have something that is cattle adjacent. I myself cannot remember, but yes, essentially.
I'm sure there's things that I've heard of but have not seen personally either. So as we're getting farther away from home. So yeah, I'd point out like this cattle or these sheep variants, or like, oh, we have something similar, or and then I'd be like, oh, that's this. I've never actually seen one myself either. I think that kind of deal.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. I know that there is. I'm trying to look it up. But yeah, as you guys are kind of bonding over this, you can each remove a point of mire.
Specifically a mire, or is that also like the aspect? Does that count? Is that what the aspect?
What aspect are you
Bubbles
trying to
are?
repair? For aspects, you would do something. I mean, obviously, it's narrative, but for what you're trying to repair, it would make sense for what you're trying to heal. So for you, I think a lot of it is just going to be either.
Oh, the mire's fine.
Yeah,
I
resting.
was just curious. Yeah. Okay.
And or getting medical attention. So after you all scout the city, you would all get back home and meet up. And I think you are all pretty worn after a very long day, but the 4 of you all convene back on the ship. And you can tell that your 2 guests, whose names I am forgetting, I need to look up, Lynn and Yuna, they have taken the liberty of cooking some of your food for the entire crew when you get back. So you all have a, won't say hot meal, but a warm meal, as cooking is very difficult to do on a ship. But you have a meal prepared for you. It's just vegetable soup, but they have cooked enough for everyone, and it tastes pretty good. They were not lying. But if you all would like to share the exploits of your day with each other as you are feasting, I believe you have a lot of things to relay to each other.
And they have these creatures on the spit that they farm, and then we eat them. That is where meat comes from.
Oh, well, yeah. Have you seen that before?
Zelacrae enjoy mushrooms and insect parts.
That's true.
Some say Zelacrae are the best mushroom farmers.
I was
due
going to ask.
The dark, damp, cramped places they inhabit.
Would you prefer mushrooms to the type of food we've been preparing?
No, I like the meat.
Well, you know you can season the meat with the mushrooms, right? I know. So, what you could do is you could take the mushrooms and some of the salt, which, you know, we can make 2 portions, one that doesn't have salt. If you cooked it for long enough, it would boil down. You could add some kind of thickening agent, and you can make like a mushroom gravy, like a sauce. And then you could put it on the meat. Would you like that?
Do you know how to make this?
In theory. I've never made it, but I've seen others do it.
I have a little bit of I've been practicing, you know, my cooking skills. So
that would interest me greatly, yes.
We could try and make this. She kind of looks at Bash like,
I'm sure we could find some mushrooms, right?
yeah. I could go looking around tomorrow.
I would love to practice. I mean, you know, I've been trying since one of the first stops after we had that experience cooking was it rat meat? Was it rat meat that we were cooking?
We were having rat meat.
Yeah, rat meat. You were, yes.
Not the rat meat.
Because I think the first montage I did, I gave myself a point in cooking.
Hell yeah.
For the rat meat.
The rat meat.
Yeah.
Rat meat knowledge.
Well.
All right. Mushroom hunt.
And, you know, well, that is so great that you saw that. She's trying to dance around what they did today. Wesco and I, we went into town.
Apologies.
Yes.
Well,
I was slurping the vegetable soup.
Oh, that's okay. You're allowed to slurp.
You mother.
1,000 ants slurping.
Spiders.
I don't know. I
Not
keep thinking ants. I keep thinking ants.
Ants in my eyes, Johnson.
Um. And we went into town, and then I got mobbed by a bunch of people who knew who I was, which was very alarming. But then everything was okay, and we went into this house.
Okay, everybody knew who you were.
Well, not everybody.
I
There
would
is a
say
statue.
I would say the accurate statement is everyone knows who she is.
Did you not cover your face up or anything?
Ed, I have a very identifiable face.
She has a statue.
I did have a statue.
All right. So what happened?
Well, they were asking me about a rebellion and if I was going to help. And if we were going to help. Them with the girls. So then, Wesko and we did research on the girls. And she looks at Wesko like,
They are powered by a generator and they charge each other. They are also utilizing a unique form of command system for both themselves and others.
What do you mean by that?
A thin rectangular piece with holes of varying sequences are placed into the Garo, and then they execute a given command.
I see. I mean, I guess that could come in handy.
It appears they are automated by these thin rectangular pieces.
do you think that we could change them? The rectangular pieces.
Unsure. It stands to reason it is possible, but knowing where they come from, it is likely someone has had this idea.
Is there a reason that we need to do this? Take control of them? As far as I can tell, they haven't bothered us yet.
Captain, forgive, but it is clear to me just from this visit that these people are feeling subjugated by the Garo.
Okay.
And they are from the Onyx Star. I do not recall the Garo, so this is a recent development of theirs.
I see. You think this is related to your past with the Onyx Star directly?
I believe it is related to the captain's future with the Onyx Star.
Okay. So what are you proposing?
I could destroy or sabotage the lightning rods they use to assist in electric charging. I could overcharge, or I could siphon electricity. Either of those could prove dangerous. The overcharging more so, I think. But I have not made a move. Waiting for the rest of you.
How easily could you do this without getting caught? Is this something you could do from some means of stealth?
I mean, to find out. But if you are asking for a projection, it would be somewhat difficult. There are many of them. And they would likely be very well alerted to a surge or lack thereof of electricity. Unless.
And she kind of like, she's like looking, Vesh, she's looking you in the eyes as she has this conversation until she says the word unless, and you can kind of see like there's not like an iris or a pupil to her eyes, but it's almost as if you can kind of like feel all four of them shift cartoon like towards her left arm. Like she doesn't shift her head. It's more like the ink blots kind of just like they're kind of centered and they all kind of just like taper to the left.
Yeah.
And downwards.
Hmm. All right.
And she trails off.
Okay. So you really want us to try and do another revolution? You know, the first one was kind of an accident, right?
I don't think many people go out of their way to start one. You know, I think people just stumble upon it. It's not like people are born revolutionaries.
Twice in a row, though. Two different places.
Well, that means we have experience. Am I wrong? Also, last I checked, that's kind of, you know, it's a thing with. Do they still teach that back home? It's an accomplishment.
Conquering them would be an accomplishment.
Don't do that. No conquering.
What? I know. I'm not the conquering type. Okay, I can.
Clearly.
So what? But we're not revolutionaries either. All right. We're trying to protect our own people, and things got out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we going to do here? This place is enormous.
Be a great place to have on our side.
Yes. But Visha, we barely survived getting this far. I mean, are you going to tell me this wasn't mostly luck here?
What? Are you scared to die?
I think I have a healthy fear of not living. Yes.
Well, it's not too bad.
Wesco cannot hold back a smirk when Visha says that. You can tell she's trying, but it just doesn't. It doesn't read.
Vesh is getting a little frustrated, and he'll say, look, I'm not going to put us in a position where we're going to barely make it out by the skin of our teeth again, all right? We're going to be a little bit more proactive. We're going to get more assets. We're upgrading the ship. We're going to be able to do better jobs, and then we'll be able to succeed at the goals that we set out to do, right? I have a message to deliver. You have to find your brother.
Right.
You have business with the Onyx Star.
Right. This has to
And
do with the
Skell,
Onyx Star.
I honestly don't know what you. What you.
Why would you say that to Skell? Skell is
I was
trying
waiting for it. I was
to have
waiting for
mushroom
it.
soup.
Yeah, Skell, we have to get you mushroom gravy. All right, and we're not going to do that if we're dead. So,
Is literally a lie. I am dead and I am doing that. So speak for yourself.
you are an outlier, Visha. We don't all get anchored.
Captain, you remarked that I have business with the Onyx Star. The Onyx Star is responsible for the Garl. Thus, my business with the Onyx Star is with the Garl.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish to allocate your resources elsewhere, if you wish to allocate your resources elsewhere, that is your right as captain. But I intend to deal with the Garl.
Well, that's what I want to know, Izoesco. Is where this fits in with your needs.
Is
Because
it not
as a captain,
obvious?
Well, no, not at first. From my understanding, at bare minimum, we need to find a Garl that knows where the Onyx Star is heading. Right? You're looking to find them. But if cleaning up the mess that they leave behind is important to you, then I guess that's a decision that as a crew we'll have to stand by. Or I'll have to decide if that's what we're doing.
Captain! Captain! You hear Sprite call, and as she's calling, you hear what sounds like a small stampede coming your way of boots on stone. I think the Garls are coming.
The girls are coming.
And you hear the dum,
Oh,
dum,
boy.
dum, dum as they're marching towards the ship.
I think it's about to be our problem.
Oh, boy.
Captain, I will remind you it was your choice to come here, despite the knowledge of the occupation. So, forgive me if I am confused.
Which this sounds less sassy and more like she's trying to understand your motives.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is my intent to do good. It is my intent to learn about the Garl, not just to help these people who.
And she looks towards Visha.
See us as relief, but it is my directive to destroy the captain of the Onyx Star and anyone that hopes to aid him. If that is not something you find in alignment with you, then perhaps our journeys should divest.
Captain Meatbag, come out with your hands up.
I guess we'll have to continue this in a moment. All right, I'm going to go talk to them.
Is it big cannon or small cannon time?
If they insist on coming aboard the vessel and trying to take the crew, it is big cannon time.
Big cannon.
Inquiry. Captain Meatbag, are you in the vicinity?
Yes, I'm. Assume you're referring to me. I will be with you shortly. Just gathering my meat.
I am Captain Meatbag.
I'm gathering my meat. Please.
Demand. Captain Meatbag, come to the gangplank immediately.
As he's leaving, he's gonna direct people to just get somebody on the engine room, get somebody in the helm. Like if we need to bolt for whatever reason,
Okay.
get
Battle
ready.
stations are ready.
Yes, quietly. Just get ready, in case.
And you see on the deck of the ship, you see Marcus, you see Lau, you see Sprite, all kind of hands at their sides, twitchy, getting ready for an encounter. And you see 6 of the Garls at the gangplank holding weapons.
What kind of weapons?
2 look to be firearms of some kind, and the others looks like one is a machete, one is a sickle, one is a katana.
Okay. I will walk out to meet them in front of the ship.
Captain Meatbag, you have given us deception.
I don't believe that's true.
You deceived us about the name of this vessel.
Did I?
This is the Spirit Route. Is it not?
I don't think so. I believe I said it was the Heartstone.
Yes.
You did
yes,
say
yes.
that. The Heartstone is deception, lies. This is the
Well, how
Spirit
would you-
Route.
Well, how would you know otherwise?
My programming informs me you are harboring Visha the Healer aboard your vessel. Therefore, this is the Spirit Route.
Well, you don't have proof of that either.
Sounds like this is
No proof.
Sway and Veils. If you have Veils, I don't know if you have Veils.
Don't have veils. I don't have veils.
But you do have Sway. Or Outwit. Do you have Outwit?
No, I have sway.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be less impact.
4 and 3.
I require you bring the fugitive Visha to us for inspection.
How about this? You can interrogate me. I'll go with you. And you can interrogate me to your heart's content, and you can get to the bottom of who may or may not be on the vessel. But you're not allowed on board.
Counter proposal. Interrogation is not necessary. And you see one of them holds up a metallic collar. We merely require you place this on your neck for monitoring.
So I would place this on my neck, and then you would monitor. What would you monitor? How would you
Your
monitor with
whereabouts.
this? Is he holding this up? I can see
Yes,
this.
you can see this.
Does it have like cameras on it? Like what is it? What is this that he's holding?
Do study and tides if
Yeah.
you want to try to figure out what this is.
Ah, a 3, 2, and a 1. I got
You
no
have
clue.
no idea what this is.
Well, camera technology is not really like a thing, right?
No,
as far
and
as
not
I
that you know of. You've never
Not that I
heard of
know
a
of.
camera or any kind of thing like that.
It sounds like he can track me somehow with it. I will say, so if I wear this, you will leave my crew and my people alone.
Yes.
For how long?
Deception. We will leave you alone for some time.
Deception?
Ignore that. It's a quirk of my programming. You will be left alone.
It's lying.
All right, but I'm not going to be left alone. You just told me that you were going to lie.
You will be left alone by the Bellows Garl for some time.
How much time?
Deception. You do not need to know how much time, Captain Meatbag.
Deception.
Like an Elcor from Mass Effect.
If you promise me that you'll leave us alone for... I will wear this for 48 hours. And then you will leave us alone for another 48 hours.
Appeasement. This negotiation is acceptable from a lesser being.
All right. And they didn't say deception. So...
They did not.
All right. I accept these terms.
One of the Garls kind of like waddles up to the edge of the deck and just holds up this collar.
All right, he puts the collar on.
So he like it like unhooks or like unsnaps, and then you snap it around your neck, and you feel a slight electrical buzz, and then you hear a very faint beep, and then you hear from the girl that put it on you, beep, and then another very small beep, and beep.
All right.
Very good,
Is this,
Meatbag.
Beeping's gonna go on all night.
Less
is it?
frequent when we are no longer here.
All right.
Deception.
Well, it was very nice.
Has been nice to meet you, Meatbag.
Deception. It has been nice to meet you as well.
And they turn and march down the gangplank. And your thing quietly beeps, and you feel that strange buzz. It's like an itch that you can't really scratch.
I'm a little worried to go back in the vicinity of Visha right now, considering. So I'm going to get just back onto the vessel, and I'm going to call, or to the edge of the vessel, and I'm going to call out to like either Youngblood or Neil, somebody who's there to relay the general gist of what's happened here.
Yeah. Gal and Sprite are both there, and they will go below deck.
And to maybe call specifically for Izoesco and Skell when they're done talking.
All right. And we will handle that after we take a quick 15-minute break, and then we will come back, and you all can, I imagine, try to figure out WTF this thing is and what you're going to do about it. But we will take a small break, and we will be back soon, friends. Don't go anywhere.
Be right back.
BRB.
Father, Mother, hello. I hope things are to your satisfaction. You are likely doing just fine without me around, but Raisha says I should write. Raisha is the char on board, and they are a Ketra, like me. They are nice. Do not expect grandchildren from this compliment. I am well, largely unharmed since that day in the storm. They find me useful. I do my best to quell my temper until it is necessary to not. Raisha has taken on to helping me tame the storm. Our captain is rough and unfair at times, but for the most part things stay civil. I do worry about their recent obsession, but I am sure things will turn out fine. Should it not? Well, I have learned a lot of what I am capable of. I will not be shy about imparting this knowledge onto others. Your child, Izuesco.
Dear Vesh, I know that you're doing well and everything's fine, but I really miss hearing your voice. We're heading out for a raid soon, and already I can hear the whispers of your words in my ears. Don't look smug about that, troublemaker. I don't know if your way is the better way, but it does seem to be a different way. When you get back, tell me about it, okay? Love, Shale.
Clutch mate Selnari. These words scratch like dry leaves, but we write them out anyway. The waves of green still do not hold us, but here in the creaking wood of this ship, something old and glowing crawls, and it hums like home inside our chest. We do not name it, but it sees us, soft and strange, like webs that do not break in the wind. Our legs still shake on these planks, not made for us, but we stay. We follow it, even if the rest of us stays lost. Drone Skell.
Shale, I hope this message sees you soon. There aren't many word bearers in this area that want to make the journey to Hearthstone. Oh, how I wish you could be here with me. But I know, your training comes first. The crew I picked up at Port Basker left me as soon as we arrived at the next spit. I think everyone can tell I'm as green as the trees. I might have found a new crew, but well, who knows how long they'll stay. Kick Terran extra hard for me next time you're sparring, and write me back soon. Your friend, Vesh.
Clutch mate Skell, we are pleased to hear your correspondence. It satisfies us greatly, as well as your continued survival and exploration on these rolling waves. Here on this island, the days are long and the years are short. We have finally found the warm embrace that we have often heard of, but chased so long. Home. We hope one day that you and yours find it as well. Tell us of these people and this ship. Tell us of your travels. Tell us when you find home again. Drone Samari.
Dearest Mother, we set out for our journey today and I'm nervous. You would think after going on my own pilgrimage I'd be ready to go back into the vast sea. But there's part of me that fears it. Atlas is brave and daring, someone I trust with my whole being. But I worry his ambitions will take us to places even he can't handle. It's reckless enough to go out for a second expedition, but the Council relies heavily on him, as we both know. All our lives we've been this way, it seems. He rushes into danger, and there I am, always ready to patch him up. But I suppose he's always done the same for me. There's never been a fight, physical or otherwise, that he's not come running to defend me for. It's only right I see this journey through by his side. Look at me lamenting like I'll never come home. Please tend to the gardens while I'm gone. I'd hate to return to a dead garden after such an arduous journey. Give my love to Father, and please take care of yourself while I'm away. All my love, Visha.
Dear Vesh, if reports are to be believed, and I hope they are, you've been quite the troublemaker since you set out. Where do I even start? You collapsed a spit into the sink, and then either adopted or displaced the entire population. Details seem to be a little scarce on that part. But it's even harder to believe that what people are saying you did afterwards. Did you and your crew really subjugate the concourse? That's been on the danger list for years. Even veteran raiders wouldn't try them. How did you do it? Set the record straight for us, but also let me know. What have you seen out there? Where are you going next? Are you still searching for the truth out there? Your friend, Shale.